What's going on, everyone? Welcome back. It is a glorious Monday. It is glorious because the 49ers won. They did not just win, they beat the absolute Doonies out of the Panthers, who we are going to talk about today. We got a lot of news coming out of that organization, and none of it's good. I mean, none of it whatsoever. It's disgusting. It's a huge mess. Do not want to be a Panthers fan right now. But we're here to help you guys out, make you feel a little bit better if we can. But we're gonna shoot it to you straight. I know there's a lot of people going live right now talking Panthers, but the people who I saw going live, they're all Panthers fans. We're gonna give you a different perspective of things and how we feel like the organization should go, or how things are going right now. And I can say I told you so, but I kind of told you so earlier this season. I did say preseason that Matt Rule was fighting for his job. That if he does not lose his job during the season, he will definitely lose his job after the season if they do if they don't get desperate. They need to get desperate. They need to get a quarterback of a high caliber to lead the team. Instead, if they get Baker Mayfield over Jimmy G, I say Jimmy G is all that in a bag of chips, but he's a lot better than Baker Mayfield. That they were going to regret it. Baker Mayfield looks like he's the worst quarterback in the league. He's horrible, lowest PBR rating, and Matt Rule gets fired. That's a lot. Uh, that is a lot because not only did you take a chance and draft Matt Corral, a young quarterback, right, to develop, not only does he get surgery and out for the season, not only did you overpay for Sam Darnold and just completely sucks, and now he has a high ankle sprain, which is out for like half a year for whatever reason it is. Not only do you get Baker Mayfield, which absolutely sucks, and then gets a high ankle sprain, who's out for a certain amount of time. How do you feel if you're a Panthers fan?
You're just yelling at the TV right now, man. I think you have to be frustrated. You don't have the greatest team ever, but you don't have a lot going for you. And there was a lot of talks in the offseason, and maybe you guys trading for Jimmy G, of getting a Matt Ryan, even though he's not very good. Maybe you could have got a Carson Wentz, even though he's not playing very well either. Maybe you could have got a Russell Wilson, but he's not playing very well either. We got Baker Mayfield, who's playing the worst out of all of them.
Remember, they're in the race for Deshaun too.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that, and he's playing great right now too. Yeah. But man, I think you have to be excited, hopefully, for the future. This is a time to start anew. Now, the rest of the season, you just play it out how it is. Your players you have on your roster right now, figure out who are the guys you want to keep next year, who you want to get rid of, stuff like that. Maybe look at moving on from CMC soon. Maybe next year. I don't think it'll happen this season. But you just got to look forward to the future. Hopefully, you guys get a great head coach, maybe somebody new or somebody who has experience at head coach, maybe a Sean Payton potentially. But you have to be excited for the future. You're out with the old. You're going to be trashed this season, unfortunately. You just have to accept it. But look forward to the future, right?
Yeah, man. Oh, go ahead.
No, I wanted to ask a quick yes or no question here. Matt Rule, this was his third season, right? Third season into the Panthers. Was it fair for him? He came out, he built a great tradition, great culture over there in Baylor, which he was very successful in college. Transitions to the NFL, which a lot of college football head coaches have not transitioned very well. Do you think he had enough time to build that culture to do what he wanted to do?
I'll answer this one just real quick. I think the culture was a little bit broken when he brought in Baker Mayfield, when there was clear, obvious, like vocalization in the locker room that said that they did not want Baker Mayfield. Not everybody, but some, And I think Robbie Anderson was the only one who was very vocal about it. But I know that inside that locker room, there was some other things that say, hey, let's go with Sam Darnold. Hey, let's go with PJ Walker. Of course, Sam Darnold's injured right now, but there's just, I think there was some division when they went for Baker Mayfield there. Like they helped Baker Mayfield out by getting him out of Cleveland. So good job on that. Like they helped the guy out, but I just don't think it was the best thing for their franchise. I think they were trying to win easy, and that's not how it is in the NFL, especially this year.
Yeah, I don't think he had a lot of time, but we're the NFL, right? We're a do it now type of league right now. If you're not winning now, and if you're not winning in 2 to 3 years, then they there's very little patience in the NFL for the fans, for the owners. The owners, they want to win. They want to build an amazing fan base because the dollar signs go up when you start winning. Ticket sales go up, merch goes up. You want your team to win. It's not just for the money too. It's also about pride, being proud of your team. And if they don't see what they're liking, they're going to move on from you. So I think in the past, I wouldn't say this is enough time. I think you should wait it out, see if you got somebody else. But we don't know everything that goes on in that organization. For first off, we don't know the conversations that are had in the back offices. If you know for sure Matt Rule is not the guy you want, I mean, don't waste another year. Don't waste the season. Move on. Find out somebody that you do want, and move on. Yeah.
They have a lot of nice players there in Carolina. I will admit that. Okay, not a lot, but they do have a good amount.
Yeah.
And like what I heard earlier today, this is a very QB ran league, and that's what it is. That's what the NFL is. If you have a great QB, you're gonna have a successful organization. And Matt Rule, he comes in. They get Sam Darnold. Year two, you have a QB battle with Cam Newton that shouldn't even be a thing. And in year three, you have Baker Mayfield. Yeah, did he make those decisions to get those QBs? Yes, it was on him. But you know what? Sometimes it just doesn't pan out. Overall, Matt Rule led them to an 11-27 record. Not the greatest, He did good in college, and normally, we're not happy whatsoever when someone loses their job, especially a head coaching position. But I think he'll find his way back in the college game, find himself a head coaching position over there easily. He's very liked over there in the college community. But yeah, going from what the owner said of the Panthers, and please forgive me, I forgot his name, but he says he wants to win games, right? The goal here is to win. Winning is what matters in the NFL. Now, I don't think he realizes what winning really is in the NFL. You don't have to have a winning record, right? But if you're winning that locker room, if you're winning these guys, if you feel motivated, look at Detroit. I think they're winning. They just laid a big old goose egg, but the whole city of Detroit, the whole team is so fired up right now. You haven't seen it like this ever, right? I mean, I could say that I've never seen Detroit like this. I've never been so excited about Detroit. New York Jets. I think they're winning, right? And they're actually winning games, but it didn't get there from the first year. Robert Saleh, he's taking chances, developing young players. He's not getting all these old vet guys and let's have a successful season. Sorry, Panthers, you guys are not the Rams. It's not going to work out for you guys. You got to grow. You got to develop. You got to get there. And it's going to be tough. But I want to role play here. So I'm role playing. I am the new GM for the Carolina Panthers.
Okay.
And just letting you all know, my resume is up. Okay, Carolina. I do believe I'm a little overqualified for this position, but I might consider stepping down to your level if you need me. Okay. Not leaving NSP though. Never. But yeah, here's what I'm going to do. Right now, the Carolina Panthers are ranked 4th in the cap space. Right, they got $9 million in cap space, which is not bad. Next year, once everything runs through, they're going to be ranked 30th in cap space. Horrible. Huge drop. I mean, huge drop. They got a lot of great players. Like you said earlier, Reed, I think they should move on from CMC. I think we should sell him while we can. I think we should sell him this year before he gets injured, because there's a huge chance where he gets injured. Trade deadline is November 1st. Give him to Buffalo Bills. Let's see how big the pockets are for Seattle. Let's see if they really think that their team is that good, because they just lost a star of a running back, Rashad Penny. And if they get someone like CMC, that's great. That's great. And we all know Kenneth Walker is not the greatest in pass catching, and CMC is a perfect guy.
Whoa. He did just fine when he filled in, I think.
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying his strengths are not pass catching.
Oh, I mean, he did fine this past game in pass catching. That's where he got most of his points. But yeah, but I would love CMC for sure, no problem.
Of course. And And you could get a lot for CMC. And I got a few other guys here too. I was gonna name Baker and Sam Darnold, but you know what? They just did the Panthers dirty, and they're up and dippity out after this year. So don't got to worry about them. You lost so much money there. CMC was the biggest one. DJ Moore, he's a young stud, but you know what? You lost him in the locker room. He's not there anymore. His heart's not there. Get him out of there. He's a young stud that he can get you some value. An older wide receiver who I think is just toxic in the locker room, Robbie Anderson. I think you should get rid of him for freaking a bag of chips if that's what it takes, right? Tight end, Ian Thomas. That's a good name right there. Pretty solid tight end you get rid of. Strong safety, Xavier Woods. Linebacker, Shaq Thompson. Right tackle, Taylor Moton, who is the biggest cap hit on that team. Get rid of those guys. Those are vet guys. Those are good players. You could get some picks off of those. That's picks and take off contract. Picks and take off contract. Build your team. Even if they're just 6 rounders, 5th rounders, get those going on. Next year, you got a 1st rounder, 2nd rounder, 4th, and 5th. That's all you got. You need a lot more to work with this young team, especially with Matt Corral missing his whole rookie year due to an injury. This was his time to shine. He's missing that now because he had surgery on his left foot. Sam Darnold, Baker Mayfield, they're going to be jobless. They're going to be unemployment next year. They're not going to find a starting position.
So you think the Panthers should just hit like full rebuild button, basically?
You're hitting the reset button. You already panicked. You've been panicking all season long. Hit the reset button. Everything must go. Everything must go. Get it out of here. That's what I think. I mean, if you really want to clean up, because you already tried it. You tried it with Sam Darnold. You had a second chance with Baker Mayfield. It's not working out. And these players are just getting older. CMC, his value is just going to decrease over time. Get what you can now, which is a lot because you got star players, and let's rebuild. Let's honestly rebuild.
I would agree on the offensive side to get rid of the offensive side, but I think their defense is still pretty young. Of course, you know they can get rid of Xavier Woods. Xavier Woods is getting up there in age. He is not at his peak anymore. He's injured right now. He was out this game, or at least half of this game, I believe. But I think the D-line, their linebacker crew is good. Shaq Thompson is not that old for a linebacker just yet. I think he has like 2-3 more years before they have to actually think about cutting him or trading him. But I do agree on the offensive side, DJ Moore, CMC, Robbie Anderson, Ian Thomas, because they have Tommy Tremble at tight end as well, who's just as good as
young
Ian
guy.
Thomas. Yeah, super young, super good. They have a guy named Rashad Higgins. They have Laviska Shenault, but he's just out. So they have a lot of young guys there that can come in and step up. So I agree with you there on the offensive side, but I don't think they clean house entirely on the team. Just get rid of the quarterback, get rid of some wide receivers, the running back. They can hang on to Taylor Moton because he's decent, but they could possibly trade him for some other like depth pieces there. Maybe someone who can play on the line, maybe another running back. The Seahawks just picked up someone. I believe his last name was Jones. He played for the Saints. He was one of their practice squad guys, I think, that they cut. So there's a bunch of guys still out there that you can build pieces with. It's just being smart. And this is where the GM needs to come in, too. The GM is the GM. He has the right to make moves whenever he wants. He can consult with the coach. He can hire someone that he really likes. But he really liked Matt Rule, or the last GM really liked Matt Rule, and it is what it is. But now he's putting another head coach that he's going to hire, which is probably someone from in-house if they want to move other people up, just like they did with I believe the
Raiders last year.
Yeah, there was a bunch of teams that did it, and they just like put people in bad positions. So I think right now, whoever comes in is going to be in a bad position because, like you said, cap room is horrible. They don't have the best draft picks next year. They are tanking right now, pretty much, not purposely, but they are. So they just don't have a lot of picks. They don't have a lot of money. It's going to be very hard for them to rebuild, and he's just putting the next head coach in another divot.
Yeah, exactly.
I like a lot what you guys were saying, that they should try to trade some people away just to hit up with cap and stuff like that. But you got to be smart with a lot of these things. And then you also have to find deals that people are willing to take. CMC, for example, his cap hit isn't that bad right now. It's only $8 million, but the next 2 years, it's close to $20 million every single year. What's up, Nestor? Good to see you. But $20 million, that's 2 years, and the year after that, his final year is a $15 million cap hit. If for an injury-prone CMC, I just don't know how many teams, even though like almost every single team would love to get their hands on CMC. Like he's that dynamic. But for that type of cap hit over the next few years, when you don't know how healthy he's going to be, I mean, I would be at least a little bit wary as far as how much I trade away for that. And then also like those other players you were talking about, AJ, you got to look at their cap hit. Hey, if we cut this person or we trade them right now, what is our dead cap? Is this actually hurting us to get rid of them, or is it actually helping us? Like for example, for me, for the Packers, a lot of Packer fans who don't know anything, or when David Bakhtiari wasn't playing, they're like, cut him. We need to save money. And it's like, no, hold on. We don't save any money at all for cutting this guy or trying to get rid of him. It would actually hurt us over in the long run. So you got to look at those contract details for a lot of those guys. But I definitely agree that they have to do something in order for them to grow in the next few years. Having that many picks, I think it was a total of 3. You said that they have for this next year. That's
4.
Not okay. 4. Okay,
4.
That's not much better. You got to be able to build through the draft, especially when you're having cap problems. Getting those young rookies, especially good young rookies, on those small rookie contracts is how you build a championship team. That's how you win in the NFL is building through the draft. You can be the Rams and somehow do salary cap gymnastics and get all these veteran players and then build an awesome team. But now look at them. They are not what they used to be because of all their stuff that they did and all their salary cap troubles. That's how I feel. We'll see exactly what they do, how they maneuver out of this situation. But they're going to need a great GM in order to do this.
I do believe so as well, Reed. I'm not saying, hey, let's cut every player.
Yeah, I know.
You know, you try to get whatever you can, because I do feel like they can afford some dead cap, because next year they're projected to get 466,000 in dead cap space, which is, not bad compared to all these teams that have millions and millions in cap space. So I mean, in dead cap space. So I like I said, I just think you should go out there trying to get some value off of these players, and anything. Just start off new. Money, it was horrible. They handled it horribly this past year as far as getting, Sam Darnold, paying him that much money, and Baker Mayfield. I mean, I know they're only paying him like $5 million, but did you really get a $5 million quarterback out of that? I don't even think so. It was really bad. So let's see what PJ Walker, right? That's his name. Let's see if PJ Walker can do it. He's been in the team for 3 years. He came out of Temple, real small school or smaller school, and he won his first 3 starts. So a little upside. I don't think it's a long-term answer. Of course not. Like I said, they did draft Matt Corral, injured, horrible.
Yep.
But as far as candidates and moving into the head coaching position, the owner came out and said himself, he wants to win. He wants to win games, and that's how you make a staple point there in the NFL. So right now, I'm having my top candidate as Shane Steichen, the offensive coordinator for the Eagles. Right, I feel like he's very much eye candy right now, because the Eagles they look great. I mean, offensively they're a powerhouse. They're still undefeated. I mean, that's winning games. So why would you want to try that? There's other candidates too, like DeMeco Ryans, defensive coordinator for the Niners, or Dan Quinn, the defensive coordinator for the Cowboys. Those are great candidates out there, and those are guys that know how to win, know how to be creative, and get there. I'm not saying so much DeMeco, because he doesn't have a lot of head coaching experience, but he doesn't have a lot of experience of making nothing into something. So I would like to have. I'm projecting someone with an NFL experience. I don't think they're going to go the route where they get a college head coach anymore.
They tried that.
They tried that, failed. Jacksonville tried that, failed. What happened with Jacksonville? Are they bad? I was falling for them a little bit. I was thinking that they were good, and then we just gloated about Trevor Lawrence. He doesn't turn over the ball, he doesn't throw picks, and then like 4 turnovers back-to-back games.
Yeah.
What?
That's what it was,
That's
man. I told y'all the Texans defense had little ball hawks here and there. But
yeah.
Damien Pierce just went off. He was kind of silent the past 2-3 weeks, but finally came in. Texans got a upset win, which is very surprising.
Very surprising. But yeah, that's wild. Hopefully the Jacksonville Jaguars can bounce back, especially offensively, because I got Christian Kirk in my fantasy leagues, and that's just unacceptable. Unacceptable. But going back to the Panthers, the other big news that happened with the Panthers is that Baker Mayfield, he was feeling sorry for himself and got X-rays done on his ankle because he thought he, broke something, fractured something. You didn't, buddy. You just got killed by Nick Bosa. Poor Nick, he got injured. Damn it, dude. Niners and injuries, dude. It happens. So Baker Mayfield, he ends up, he has a high ankle sprain. So that's going to set him off for, should be a few weeks. We all see Sam Darnold. He's been gone the whole season. So it's PJ Walker or nothing. It's PJ Walker or nothing. Can they go out there? Can they get a QB in? Will Dallas loosen the grips and maybe trade Cooper Rush and have them overpay? I don't know, but he has an ankle sprain. Sam Darnold's gone. Matt Corral's gone. And Matt Rule did come out and say before he got canned, he did come out and say that Sam Darnold's not even close to returning.
Jeez.
I know. I don't know, Vince. Hey, let's bring some basketball into this. Do you think this is a Kawhi Leonard scenario where, he's good to play, but he just doesn't want to perform with the team? They traded Baker to replace him. They're looking for Deshaun Watson preseason. And clearly, the coaches, the upper management did not believe in him. Is that what we're going through right now?
We might, man. I think Sam Darnold is signed for like the next 2-3 years with them, if I'm not.
Oh, this is last year.
Oh, last year?
Yeah, contract year for both him and Baker.
Okay. Well, dang. Yeah, I think he's a little salty right now, but it would be smart for him to come back and try to get a contract somewhere else. I'm pretty sure he does not want to play with the Carolina Panthers anymore. They've done him dirty. He was not having any success last year because everybody was injured again. But it's just a tale of two sides of the story, player's side, coach's side. And then there's the GM up here with nothing. He's just dangling his feet, watching everything in turmoil. So I think right now it goes all the way up to the top. The GM doesn't really look like he's being a good GM for making a successful program. So I think everybody's just frustrated right now. I believe they are 1-4. If I'm not, 1-4. Nobody's happy there right now. They got one win, that's cool, but there's a lot of teams right now that are 2-3, 3-2, 4-1, and then the Eagles are alone at the top 5-0. I just think that Sam Darnold does not want to play right now. I think he's, of course, injured. We're gonna give him the benefit of the doubt. He's still injured reserve, so he's gonna be out for quite some time, but. I just don't think the Panthers have it right now. CMC's healthy. He gets injured every week, but, he comes out and he plays and he performs well. He performed well this week against the Niners for fantasy-wise, but, that team just can't get it going. They would score points randomly here and there, but the offense and a little bit of the defense, too, they have a lot of woes over there. They have a lot of injuries as well, so they're just hurting everywhere. I don't think it's anything like a Kawhi situation, but if it is, I mean, I just think Sam Darnold's hurting himself because he's not that good to be trying to pull a Kawhi Leonard type move.
I'm trying to look up his injury right now. How did he get injured? It says it's a high ankle sprain,
Yeah.
but how did he get injured?
It was right before the season started. Right before the season started. Yeah. Because remember, they haven't announced the starting QB for the Panthers, and there's a huge controversy that all of a sudden Sam Darnold gets injured. Baker is like the automatic starter. So he's been gone for 5 weeks now, and it
was supposed to be a 4 to 6 week injury.
Well, he's entering his 6th week.
So
I mean, probably a little more than 6 weeks. I don't know. I don't buy it. Honestly, these guys are hurting themselves. Even Matt Corral, and I know injuries are just weird. It happens. It's part of the game. But for you too, Matt Corral, it would have been great. This would have been the perfect scenario for you to come in, ball out, just learn. Be a rookie and learn. Your team's in turmoil. Fall with them. Don't watch from the sidelines. Fall with them. Gain that experience. Gain that chemistry with DJ Moore. Gain that chemistry with your defense with Burns. Notice I did not say Burns out there. He's still young. I feel like he could put up a lot for that defense. And also you have J.C. Horn, who's been riddled with injuries as well. Even this past game's been in and out of the sideline injuries. Take a chance. Take a chance on these young studs. Take some notes from what the New York Jets are doing. And maybe that's what they're going to do. Maybe they will get a defensive-minded head coach like Robert Saleh and get a D'Amico Ryans. I don't want to see D'Amico Ryans go from the Niners, but I think that would be a great fit over there in Carolina. I would love for him to move on to the AFC, but if the price is right, they try to do their players good, which I feel like they might do the same thing for Christian McCaffrey. Like, hey, dude, you're not going to find a championship over here in the next few years. Let us help you out. Where do you want to go? We'll tell you. You tell us where you want to go. Maybe he wants to hop on the wagon and go with the LA Rams. Maybe he does want to go with the Buffalo Bills, the Kansas City Chiefs. You never know. But yeah, it's a mess over there in Carolina. I wish them the best. And I never trusted Baker. I said it preseason. Don't go for Baker. Matt Rose could be desperate. It's going to be a Bears Matt Nagy situation. And that's exactly what happened. Exactly to a T. But hopefully they could bounce back. We had a lot of great games this past week. A lot of great games. A lot of disappointing games. I did not do so hot on my picks. Right now I am 9-6 compared to last week where I went 13-3. It's really bad. Freaking.
I got 11 wins right now.
Oh, look at you. Who do you have?
Yeah.
Oh, we all got Kansas City tonight, right?
Yeah, I got Kansas City.
Yeah, I got Kansas.
Yeah. You want to do score predictions real quick?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Right, go for it, Reed. Score prediction and give me a bold prediction for tonight.
Bold prediction for tonight. Oh, man. I'm going to say Chiefs win. I'm going to say 31-17. And I'm going to say Derek Carr throws 2 picks.
Not just because you have that on your bets, huh?
Yeah.
I have him throwing 1 pick as my bet, all right?
All right.
I think he throws 2, all right?
Okay. Vince, what you got, man?
Okay, well, usually when we think of these teams, it's going to be a lot of passing, right? Well, I think it's going to be a lot of dunk down passes and a lot of running from the running backs because Josh Jacobs and Clyde Edwards-Helaire are really going to take over this game, in my opinion. I think it's going to be a little bit less of a scoring game. So I'm saying it's going to be 27-23, but the Chiefs are going to win on top.
I don't think it's going to be that close. I really don't. I lost all hope for the Raiders. I'm very disappointed in them. Very disappointed in the Broncos. I mean, that division was supposed to be a knockout division, but it ain't it. I got the Chiefs winning. Unfortunately, you guys know I don't like the Chiefs. I got the Chiefs winning. I don't think it's going to take much. I think it's going to be like 24-13. Yeah, I'll say 24-13. I don't think it's going to be high scoring. My bold prediction is I think Clyde Edwards-Helaire is going to have close to 200 total yards.
Wow.
We're in agreement, AJ. I'm hoping he does too because I got some bets on him as well.
Oh, you got a bet like that?
Yeah, not something like that, but like he's going to score above like a certain amount of fantasy points.
Hey, Breece Hall almost had 200 total yards last week.
Hey, man.
Gosh, man.
Looking like rookie of the year.
He came close to like 3 touchdowns, but he was short on 2.
So I hate the way they do it. He gets to the end zone, but they don't give him the touchdown.
Well, he's just so tired, dude. He just ran like 99 yards. He's tired.
Bro, just give him the ball. Push him in there, man. He'll make it.
It reminds me of Friday Night Lights, bro, from the movie where he's like, I'll get you in the end zone. Because the coach never likes to give him the ball.
Oh, yeah. No, they did that to Sweetness, right? Y'all seen that documentary with Sweetness?
I have not yet.
No? Yeah. I don't want to get into that right now. But no, it's a lot of fun. And if you guys are watching, hopefully you guys could join us tomorrow, 6:00 live for some fantasy football talk. I got pages and pages of notes to talk about. It was a weird week last week. But you know what? I decided to stay up late last night, wake up early this morning, jot down some really good notes. And I mean really good notes. And we're going to get into it. And
oh, yeah?
Yeah. Just from that little taste we had today, with Vincent just blowing up on my face just because I said Walker's not the greatest pass catcher. I mean, I
Hey,
got him
man.
top of my list.
I think he's doing pretty well when he came in.
No, he did. That's why he's the blue chip player, man. He's the top of the list. I think it's clear. No, I'm complimenting him. I'm just saying his weak points, which is not a lot, and it's not that low, is his pass catching. That's not his strength. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
Not saying he can't do it, but no, very well. Oh yeah. I got this thing right here behind me. Who's this guy again? Darius Leonard.
That gem right there, bro.
This gem right here. We still have not yet come up with a tweet. Still need to also make a TikTok about it. But we are giving away this Darius Leonard signed mini helmet. We do have a certification number right there. So it was witnessed by the JSA. So just in case y'all need proof to search it up right there. I'm not going to say the number, okay? It's just if you win, you will receive it. But yeah, it looks very nice. Super excited to have it here. Thank you, Nestor. But we're giving this away. We will explain how to enter. Basically, all you got to do is make sure you're subscribed. You could higher your chances of entering or of winning this nice little prize here if you refer a friend and they do subscribe as well. Love the watch. Hey, thanks. My mama got it for me. But no, I appreciate every single one of y'all. Like I said, hopefully you guys can join us live tomorrow for Fantasy Football Talk, 6 o'clock sharp. Be there or be square. And until next time, keep on grinding.